Thank you for hanging out with me for another exciting episode of Mario Ramon Discussion. And today we have an in-house guest, one of my best friends, dearest friends in the world. It's Ricardo. He is the owner of Inspirations in Duluth, Georgia, right?
Yes.
Okay, so well, first of all, you can say hi to the people. You looking at me, but you gotta look at the camera.
Hi.
Cardo, he is an amazing person. So the way Cardo and I met, we met at a Michael's. I was buying some things for the Oprah audition. Remember that? And I just basically asked his opinion on something. Like he was standing in the aisle, and I was like, "Should I get the silver or the gold?" And then we just kind of like connected spirits and became friends. And that was like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
15 years ago. And so basically, I, number one, thank you for doing this for me because I want to sharpen my interview skills, but also put knowledge on Cardo's inspirations because he's he's been a business owner for 4,000 years. So can you tell us how long have you been a business owner for Inspirations, Cardo?
I opened Inspirations Hair Studio in 2003. So it's been 19 years.
19 years. And is the market different now than it was 19 years ago? And if it is, how?
Different?
Like, is the market for hair different or like?
Well, the market has gone through a lot of changes since 2003. I mean,
like what? And I would imagine it's even more different than with COVID.
Yeah, I mean, we had the recession 2008. Went through as far as a business, all businesses, went through different changes. And then in the last couple of years with COVID-19, so different challenges, but the hair industry is still very good. The beauty industry is still strong, but we've gone through different challenges.
Okay. When you opened up 19 years ago, like what were some of the challenges then? Like now, it could be rent is expensive, or like were there a lot of people opening up hair salons when you did it? Was it a challenge like finding your place or finding a location? Like what were some of the challenges? Because like what did you do before you opened up your own salon?
Before I opened up, I was working at a salon, working at someone else's salon.
So it had to be scary to start your business, wasn't it?
It wasn't scary. It was really exciting. It was just time for it to happen. So everything fell into place, actually.
So you didn't have any reluctance there or at all? Like, how am I going to afford the rent next month? What if people don't come to me for booth rent?
No, I had been doing hair for several years before that. I already had a clientele.
You look 24, so what you mean you've been doing hair for several years? You're only 24.
I had a stable clientele already built up, so I was.
So they will follow you?
Yeah, I had a good following. So when I opened up my salon, I wasn't worried about that. Yeah, I just wanted to have a professional business, professional atmosphere. Want to have peaceful, inspiring place where people.
That's what's called Inspiration.
Yeah, the name Inspiration.
Where'd you get the name from?
I actually had several names on the list, and I decided with Inspirations.
What made you pick that though?
I wanted to have a place that where I could create my own atmosphere, pretty much.
And you have, and it is beautiful.
Thank you.
It's beautiful. Like I don't even have no hair, and I want to go in there. It's the truth. It's just the environment, the waterfalls, the textures, the colors. Like I'm big on color, you know what I'm saying? The customer service is just like super. And then you bust the hair open to the white meat. Like you make everybody leave there look like they come from Tokyo, honey. It'd be Japanese hair just coming out their roots. Like seriously. So my thing is this, like how old is your oldest client?
How old?
Not how old. How long have you had your oldest client? I'm so sorry. How long have you had a client for 25 years?
Well, I've been in. Oh yeah, I have quite a few clients that I've had for over 25 years.
Wow.
I've been
quite a few.
I've been in Georgia since 1990, and I have several clients that have been with me since 1990.
Do they have the same hairstyle?
No.
Praise God. Okay, I'm glad. I just wanted to ask because some people do that. What's the lady from Vogue?
None of them have the same hairstyle.
What is that lady from Vogue? Anna Wintour. She has the Anna Wintour. Her hair's never gonna change. She looked like Dora the Explorer. Okay, so all right. So let me ask you this. It was something you said about you wanted to change over to why did you want to open your business? Was it that you had it inside of you, or were you tired of someone else's business and the way they ran it and you like I could run it better, or what made you even want to like start opening up your own business?
Actually, the desire was I wanted to have my own atmosphere.
Okay.
I mean, I worked at other salons and
Were they hood?
successfully.
They weren't hood. No, I don't mean. I know you. Like you wouldn't work nowhere. But I'm saying, was it? It sounds like Boys in the Hood outside. I'm sorry. But what I'm saying is, was it where you could like I could just bring this to a whole nother level, like decor and professionalism. Professionalism.
It just got to a point where I wanted to create my own atmosphere. I'm remembering when I was a teenager in church, and it was a bishop that came to our church from California. This was when I lived in Michigan.
Okay.
And Bishop Nelson.
Is that where you're from?
From where?
You're from?
I was born in Los Angeles.
I know.
Yeah, but I lived in Michigan. Moved to Michigan when I was a teenager.
Okay.
And this Bishop Nelson, he preached the name of his message was "Create Your Own Atmosphere," and that's one message that I've always remembered. Create your own atmosphere, and I basically opened Inspirations Hair Studio because I wanted to create my own atmosphere. I wanted a certain type of atmosphere, and I knew I would never have that unless I did it myself.
Can you explain your atmosphere? What is your atmosphere, if you had to describe it?
The atmosphere is peaceful. It's professional.
Serenity.
Clean. It's a place where clients, and even if you look at a lot of the reviews that I have online over the years, that clients have told me themselves, they come in feeling one way, and when they leave, they feel good. They can come in feeling bad, or they're not feeling so good, but
I agree.
By the time they walk out the door, they said, I always love coming here. A client just told me last week, she said, I always like coming in because I always leave out better than when I came in. And is actually exactly was my goal, or my intention when I opened up Inspirations, was to have that kind of effect.
That make you feel
my
good,
clientele. It really does. So
Yeah.
when people tell me that, and when clients tell me that, and when customers tell me that, I mean, I thank God for that, because that was my intention from 19 years ago.
Wow.
And I thank God that, and it's happened. So, and it's just treating people good, trying to treat people professional, going past their expectations, and just giving the best that I can't do any more than give you my best. And if that's not enough, then it's not enough. But that's all I can do. So that's what I do. And thank God that it's been enough, and more than enough for quite a few people. And I thank God for that.
What did you do before hair? Or have you always done hair?
No, before I went to school, cosmetology school, I worked at a bank, I worked at a university, I worked at a library.
So did you always want to do hair? How did you fall into opening up your own stuff? Like, did you, when you were at the bank, did you like, oh, she need her ends clipped?
No,
you weren't looking at it.
I started cutting my own hair.
Okay. And you do a good job on your hair, Cardo, because you be busting your hair open to the white beat. I'll be like, oh, I got it, look so good. You be like, oh, I did it.
When I first started cutting my own hair, I messed it up a couple times, had a couple holes in it, whatever. But then I think I got tired of going to the barbershop and
spending the money.
I never got my hair cut the way I wanted it. I would ask, the person to cut my hair a certain way, and it never was. So I started cutting it myself. Then after a while, all my friends liked my haircut, and friends started asking me to cut their hair.
Wow.
And so I started cutting my friends' hair. And I was still in college, working at a university, going to college at night, and I hated it.
Wow.
I wanted to do something creative. I'm also an artist. I paint and draw, so I was thinking about going to a art school. And then at the time, my best friend said, well, have you thought about doing hair for a living. He said, "You're good at cutting hair." You thought about it, and I was like,
hair?
So when my best friend suggested it, I gave it thought. I actually went out and found a good school, and I was in Michigan at the time, and Virginia Farrell's hair school back then.
Okay.
In Ferndale, Michigan.
Okay.
And I enrolled, and I started that January. And once I was in school, what really got me was the theory. We were in the classroom first, and you do all your theory on, you have anatomy and biology, and then you have the chemistry, and the makeup of the hair, and then what the chemicals do on the hair, and the hair structure and all that. And that was just,
like literally chemist.
Yeah, and that was so interesting to me.
Okay.
It wasn't just the styling and the cutting, but the chemistry of cosmetology was very interesting. And once I started school, I just loved it, and that was back in the 80s.
Wow.
So
are you still friends with the friend who told you should do hair?
We haven't seen each other in years. Yeah.
Do they know that you do hair? Do they know that you own your own?
Oh yes.
You own your own spa and everything.
Because
it's more than a hair place that Ricardo owns. I know he's gonna be humble, but I'm gonna toot his horn. It's beautiful. It's in a very prominent neighborhood in Atlanta, and it's been there for years. How long you had it there at that location?
19 years.
If it's that good of a location now, was it that good of a location then? It was great.
Yeah, it was it's a
Good
good
for you.
location. I mean, it's
High five, Cardo. I'm just happy for you.
Off a major highway and major road. Yeah, so it's a good location.
Good.
It's easy access for clients to get there.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you this: is it different doing hair now than it was in the 80s? Like, what's the because back then y'all had curls and finger waves. Like, is it different now? Because there's different treatments. Everybody wants a lace front wig. Everybody wants blonde. Everybody wants to look the same. Like, you guys used to have pineapple waves. When you put the things on there and you pull the waves through, and finger waves like Missy. Like, so what's the biggest difference from doing hair in the 80s to doing hair in 2022?
To me, that's the beauty of the hair industry or the beauty industry, is that it's always changing and evolving. There's always something new. We got new tools and new instruments, and we have new techniques that you can learn, and you never really know it all.
Because I know you always stay in classes.
Yeah.
You always go to renew classes, and you'll take classes. So that helps you stay up on the new stuff.
I mean, I always feel like I'm in the college of lifelong learning.
Okay.
That's what I call it.
Okay. I love that.
College of lifelong learning. So,
because once you think you know it all,
nobody knows it all. All that I know, and I still don't know it all. I'm always learning something from other people.
Mm-hmm.
I always learn things from other stylists.
Okay.
From clients, from people, period. You never know it all.
Has there ever been a time when someone wasn't happy? And if that's a situation, because it's their hair, what do you do in a situation?
If someone's not happy, then I will, address that. They let me know. And then I address it in whatever way I can, and try to fix the issue. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And there's times I've done hair and I don't like it. And I'll tell the client, if I do something I don't like this, it should be this way. Let me do that. Or the next time you come in, let me do this. Yeah. If I don't like it.
So if you don't like it, is it something they ask for, or is it something that...
Sometimes I've done things that I don't like it and the client likes it. I'm my worst critic. So
I get it.
I'm always and I could do something and people just love it, but it might be, and to me, I was like, oh, it could be better.
Okay.
I mean, that's just...
Okay. I know how you are.
Right. That's just how
You're
I am.
very meticulous.
So
You're
if I do something and I don't, I'll let the client know. And if they say, no, I love it.
They're like, oh, I love it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But, if it's something, if they, if they say they don't like it or da-da-da-da, then, I'll address it, whatever I need to do to make it, yeah. But
Last
usually
question.
with a good consultation and letting I always let the client know what I'm going to do, or my vision, or we talk collectively. They might come in with pictures or whatever, what they want, da-da-da-da.
Have you ever seen a picture when people ask you, have you seen a picture when people ask you for something unrealistic? Like they got 3 strands of hair and they like, I want a Sade ponytail.
I mean, yeah, that's what the consultation is for.
And so you're like, baby, this isn't realistic.
What we can do, and what would be best for you, for that person.
If you had it to do all over again, would you still do hair, or would you be an artist?
I'd still be a hairstylist.
Yay.
Yeah, I love what I do.
Yay.
Well, I've done it for so long, and I'm still doing it strong.
I see. I know. And I see the hairs on your Instagram. What is your Instagram?
My Instagram is the name of the salon, Inspirations Hair Studio.
Inspiration Hair Studio.
And also on Facebook, Inspirations Hair Studio.
Inspirations Hair Studio. Okay.
Yeah, in Duluth, Georgia.
All right. So what is the best thing you get out of doing hair? Is it seeing people with a smile after you finish your work? Because you're basically an artist and their hair is a canvas. So what do you get most out of doing hair? Is it just gratifying to you, or do you like seeing people smile? Or is it the conversations you have when you flat ironing someone's hair?
I mean, being a stylist
the best part?
is more than just styling hair. It's way more. It's way more.
Because you're kind of like a counselor too.
I would say we should get paid a lot more.
Yeah.
Being a hairstylist.
Plus, you have to stand.
We're a psychiatrist, a psychologist.
Yeah.
We're
a best friend,
counselor, best friend,
a brother.
We are the best listeners.
Mm-hmm.
We are privy to so much information that a lot of times I don't even want to know.
Right.
We're told all sorts of things that we would never repeat, that we couldn't repeat, that's between
you and a client.
Yeah. And, but it's very rewarding.
But people must feel comfortable with you in order to to spill their tea. Like people must feel comfortable with you, and then to have clients for 19 years, they have to feel comfortable and trust you.
Right.
Because number one, not even with their information that you don't trust anybody with your hair.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's my hair. Like, you don't trust anybody with your 3-month-old. And your hair, I hate to say it, but your hair sometimes be more than your 3-month-old. So for some folks. All right, well, this has been fun. Is there anything that I didn't ask that you want anyone to know about the hair industry, or about your business, or anything?
Well, when you were asking me, why did I get into, or how did I get into it? And I'm just remembering now that once I started school and I started how much I loved grooming people, and then I realized for years I had been grooming people unconsciously. Even in Detroit, when I used to catch the bus and I'd be sitting on the bus, everybody who got on that bus, I groomed them.
That's what I asked you when you work at the bank. I said, did she need her ends clipped?
But when I used to catch the bus, I remembered, it came to me, everybody got on the bus, I would groom them from head to toe.
It's in your inner
men and
you.
women.
It's your inner
I mean,
you.
I would change not change, but
hair color, everything.
What would look better on them, their hair, their clothing.
I get it. I do the same thing,
and then I was like, oh my God, once I got into it, I've been doing this the whole time unconsciously. So it just came.
We need to put a company together.
When I started
you do their hair and makeup, and I beat these clothes.
When I started school, because I love to dress people too.
Me too.
Yeah.
I love the nice material and a fabric and a print.
So so it's and I'm sure there's other people too that are doing things unconsciously that they be very successful in life, but you don't even realize it. You're naturally doing it all the time, but you don't.
But that's the rule.
Yeah.
Take what you enjoy and make money from it. That's why it's not work to you.
Right. But it's work. I mean, it
is work because you have to. It's a lot of work. What people don't know is when you're not working and you're not doing 7 to 8 heads, then you have to purchase things for the shop.
Right. Businesses.
It's always something to do.
Right.
Like a light is broken. And I know you're a handyman. Like I've seen you for years. You're building. You're going to get relax, or you go to the place to go get your stuff on Mondays, and then you got hairs to do on Tuesday, and then you don't take no days off and no vacations or nothing. You just work.
I take my vacations now. I'm on vacation now, actually, in California.
Because you're in California?
Los Angeles.
Yay! And my friend is going to be mine right now. He's going to be my friend. We already just had some some fun having lunch and everything. And I'm very thankful that you are letting me interview you and, test out my interview skills and everything like that. And that's it. We're about to have some fun. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for another Mario Ramon discussion. If you like the video, definitely like the video, subscribe to my channel, and comment below. And please don't forget to follow Ricardo on Inspirations Hair Studio on Instagram and Facebook. And if you are in Atlanta, I strongly recommend you go get your hair bust open to the white meat, because he is the best. And I'm not just saying it because go look at his Instagram. He's the best. He will make that silk come out your hair. It'd be pure silk. Make you a 2-piece pajama suit. All right, guys. Thank you. God bless you. Peace. And he's a fox. Ain't he fine? He's fine. Bye.